is going on? My name is Sean Carrier. You are watching Bet Edge. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're throwing up a little quick hitter video today, just rolling through today's final card. Pair of bets we really like on the card. No NBA or NHL today. Playoffs in those sports are winding down. We've only got one game in each league. And to tell you the truth, just not a fan of either one of those games from a betting point of view. I really believe the Washington Capitals are going to push the Pens to a 7th game. But I think Pittsburgh's only lost 6 or 7 games all year long at home. Definitely not getting in line to bet against Pittsburgh on home ice. And in the NBA, that 8.5 in the Warriors-Utah game, it just seems like such a great line. Really struggled to find any value in that game. So staying off, I almost want to pull the trigger with the over in that Warriors Jazz game. Utah should be really scrappy there. I don't think they want to go home. You usually see them get teams that if you think Utah's going to lose, they usually get a lot of those garbage points in elimination games. So almost pulled the trigger with the over, but not quite. But hey, luckily we're almost in the middle of May here, and the MLB is heating up. We've got a pair of games on the board that we really like. We're a month into the MLB season, and we're really starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We started pretty slow, but we're going to start diving in pretty heavy here into the MLB now. It seems about time, and it's going to start here with a pair of games we love. So let's dive right in. Probably our favorite game of the day, the Cleveland Indians in Toronto tonight in a rematch of last year's American League Championship Series that saw the Indians advance past the Toronto Blue Jays. Really broke Blue Jay fans' hearts out there. And maybe kind of killed this team or shut the window on their championship aspirations at least. This Toronto Blue Jays team definitely heading in the downward direction. And let's face it, it probably starts with their decision to let Edwin Encarnacion walk in the offseason. And walk he did right over to the American League champion Cleveland Indians, a team from a roster standpoint definitely seems to be trending upwards. They're definitely off to a little bit of a slow start, but I would definitely expect that to turn around, and probably sooner than later. Probably tonight in Toronto, they're getting an opponent that you can definitely right the ship against. So we'll dive right into some of these points here. Cleveland on the road this year, 11-7, well above 500, taking on a Toronto team that's a putrid 4-8 at home this year. That's just not going to get it done. Really good history in the pitching matchup also. Bauer going for the Indians. He's 2-0 against Toronto in his last 2 starts versus these Jays. And Stroman going for the Jays, 0-2 in his last 2 starts versus the Cleveland Indians. So definitely a good history in the matchup there. And this is also the Blue Jays' first home game after a 6-day road trip. They went out to New York and then all the way south to Tampa Bay before flying home to Toronto to take on the Cleveland Indians tonight. And they do not perform well in that situation. The Blue Jays 0-4 in series openers at home this year. Usually takes them a little while to get home and get going. And they could be without Donaldson and Tulowitzki tonight. Both of those players questionable. But even if they do go, let's face it, it usually takes a few games for hitters to get their timing going and things of that nature. And Marcus Stroman, some question marks with him. He left his last game due to some right arm tightness. He's been on the injury report. He's still listed as questionable, but everything I'm reading says he will go today. But you definitely don't like to see those question marks with your starting pitcher. So enough reasons for us to pull the trigger with the Indians. We're going to do so with a 1-unit selection. Getting 2.05 on the Indians tonight. Great value. We're going to jump all over that. Our second play today, another road team, the Washington Nationals, another team getting great value on the road against a solid Baltimore Orioles squad, but definitely we're seeing some reasons that are going to make us pull the trigger here with the Nats. Starting with the pitching matchup, Gio Gonzalez going for the Nationals today, 3-0 with an amazing 1.64 ERA. He has been absolutely dealing this year, and hopefully he can keep that rolling today. And his pitching counterpart, the complete opposite, Kevin Gassman, more like Kevin Gascan, going for the O's tonight. He's 1-3 this year with a 7.55 ERA. So definitely a big check mark for the Nationals in the pitching matchup. And the O's have not been hitting lefties very well this year, only hitting a 0.240 against lefties. That's down from, I believe, 2.51 that they're hitting righties at. So they don't like to see the lefties, and they could be a little shorthanded tonight. Their second baseman, Jonathan Schoop, and the catcher, Castillo, both questionable today. So that lineup could definitely take a hit, and that would definitely work against them defensively. Schoop's a great defensive second baseman, and really hard to play without your catcher. It really affects the pitching and everything. He's usually the quarterback out there defensively. And O's also without maybe one of their strongest points as a ball club. Their closer, Zach Britton, lights out on the back end for the O's. Definitely a strength of this team. They will be without him today. So we're going to pull the trigger with the Washington Nationals. Also a one-unit selection. Great value on both of these road teams. If even just one of them wins, you're going to break even. And if both of them win, you're having yourself a great day. So those are the two plays today. There's two games in the MLB that almost made the card but didn't. So just a few leans out there for all of our parlay bettors. If you're looking to put together a crazy parlay, you might want to throw some of these teams on there. Colorado Rockies could be worth a look tonight. They're taking on the Cubs, who played 18 innings last night against the Yankees. So that bullpen decimated. We saw Chapman blow his first save of the year. And that team could just be gassed tonight. Probably rest a bunch of players after 18 innings also. I believe Rizzo got hit by a pitch. Would not be shocked to see him sit this one out tonight. And you're getting plus money on the Rockies at home. Could be worth a look. Not going to make our card, but could definitely be worth a look. Also, Tampa Bay Rays, they're taking on the Kansas City Royals, who have been just as bad as the Blue Jays this year, if not worse. They are 2-11 on the road this year, hitting only 178 versus lefties. They seem to be in a nightmare of a spot. So you might want to back the Rays tonight. We're not going to do so, but as I said, if you're looking to build some crazy parlays out there, I wouldn't mind adding either one of those teams to the card tonight. But only two plays, Cleveland Indians and the Washington Nationals. Put it on the board. Going to be Bet Edge winners. We really hope this video helps all of your selections tonight. If you're looking for more of these great picks, follow us on Twitter. That's the homepage at Bet_Edge. All of our videos, picks, betting tools, everything gets posted there, and it's all absolutely free. So give us a follow over on Twitter. As always, guys, thank you for tuning in. Good night and good luck.